my darling QB dolls. I am not doing any kind of vlog type of content at the moment. I'm just yawning really obnoxiously. Pardon me. I've had plenty to eat. Anyway, sorry, I had to sit there and think for a second and remember how much I've had to eat and determine, so I'm just doing a wee bit of crochet. So, I've got a few patterns now, which I am kind of putting together. One of them is the Villain Era Hooded Shawl. I'm taking it and using it for kind of the base. And then I've got a rib cage crochet pattern that I'm also going to be implementing. And I'm not talking about the sweater vest rib cage either. That's a separate pattern actually, for the more academic style thing. The one I'm referring to is actually much more of a gothic, grungier, spooky kind of nature. And less of an academic, appropriate type. It's a layering piece, really. Hang on. Here, let me just... Here's some examples of what I mean. But, like, you see the rib cage bit? And now the hood, that's actually going to be the hood that I put with the rib cage I mentioned. And there's some more examples of the rib cage. So there are some modifications of varying sorts that can be done. And that's the Villain Era Hooded Shawl I mentioned. So what I'm going to do is make this, but make it longer to where it's more of a cloak. Of course, I'm going to do the blood drips along it. Then I'm going to make the hood part, the skull part of that pattern that goes with the rib cage top. And then the rib cage top is actually going to be kind of its own separate piece in its own way, sort of, but it's hard to explain because it's like it would go with the like full ensemble, don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking that what I'll do is, hold on, because there are some other patterns that this person has got, and as soon as I've got a wee bit more money to my name, probably going to bother to actually get that pattern as well. But they've got this sleeves that's also got a neck to it pattern to go with, and it's like I think I'm gonna get that one as well. But the thing is if I'm going to layer them, the sleeves will not be layered over top of this. This will be layered over top of the sleeves, in fact. Considering this part here covers up the top part of the rib top, and not a fan of that. If I'm crocheting a bunch of bones, I want all the bones on display. Sorry. I'm sorry I'm not a better content creator. I suck at this. If I were less disabled and less poor, we would be in a different boat. So I'm sorry that you guys have to suffer for my disabled, poverty, and incompetence. It's just not a pretty combo, and it makes my content kind of rubbish. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe that we're going for. But yeah, so probably this is the closest that, or this is the closest to the style of skull that I would do for the hood. I think this is a pretty good, because it's like, I want the skull part to kind of look scully and to come over to the face a wee bit. And then that way, if there's a turtleneck aspect, it's like, boom, perfectly warm. So I don't know, maybe the sleeves thing can be like separated from the neck part of that other pattern. Because if I can add the neck part to the cloak and just make it button, or just give it, oh, you know what, I could use, no, I've got another idea actually for the neck. Indeed I have. Okay, let's see, what have we got here? Oh, okay, yes. That's where I've got the patterns grouped up now. To kind of keep them organized. So here I've got this cobwebs pattern. This one's actually going to, I ended up frogging a lot of my lace blanket to kind of start it over from the point of the completion of the postmortem doily. So I've removed all of the weird border I added to give it straight edges. I've removed I've removed all the webbing at the bottom, which is now a separate thing. Yay. Which means I can still use this somewhere else for another piece if I actually really wanted to, which is grand because this is another very lovely piece of crochet. And then I've got this random like spiderweb square. That one was just me trying freehanding. This one I followed a YouTube video and then just took it in my own direction to make it shape the way I wanted. And then I just found out that I was just less than satisfied with it. And that's when I ended up abandoning this for a minute. And then I ended up deciding that I'm just going to frog the cobwebs part. So I removed those. And I finally caved and was like, I'm going to get this so that I can do that. And then I'm going to make it a thing. And then the spiders will be made with not black, but probably deep red or burnt orange. So that there's a wee bit of contrast. Maybe I'll even use a wee bit of some other colors in this pattern. So that's what that one's set aside for, that particular pattern. This one is a crochet scythe, you know, like the Grim Reaper's got. I'm actually taking this baseline idea and modifying it to turn it into a lanyard necklace thing for my new vape pen rather than for an actual ink pen. However, I do plan on making more copies for the ink pen. That will be done with the light gray because the color that I'm currently using for that shawl is charcoal because I accidentally got charcoal because my blind ass thought it was fucking black, and then it comes in the mail and it turns out that it was charcoal. And then I look online and it turns out I just ordered the wrong color and the company did not make any blunders. That was all on me. I fully own up to it. I fucked up. I'm blind as shit and I should have been reading the motherfucking names and shit. But I saw charcoal and the picture looked black, so I thought, oh, charcoal black. Dumbass. Charcoal apparently meant dark gray. Oh, God. I'm fucking stupid sometimes. It's like, woo, played yourself, fool. But, could be worse, could be worse. My friends gave me some more yarn, which is brilliant, truly, because it means, yay, more yarn to make things with. And believe it or not, one of the yarns that I was given happens to match this charcoal colored yarn. Ah, here it is. Pretty freaking well. It's just bulkier. See how well they're matching? It's just this one's just bulkier. It's a thicker yarn. So it's like, wow, that's so cool. And they also had gifted me chunky yarns that are similar to this in like a mossy green. Hold on, let me. And a darker green, which has been already entirely used because there was enough of it to create one round. Not even a full round. One round on my granny cardigan. The one that's the Hexie cardi. Let's see, what have we here? Oh, headphone covers. Yeah, that's another one I'm planning on doing eventually. Something kind of gothic, probably. Oh yeah, the wee spider. That's so cute. Yeah. Okay. Headphone covers. Okay. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and minimize that. Okay, now over here we've got the crochet blocks for elements of the periodic table. That pattern is called Atomic Blocks. It's actually a free pattern online. It can be found on Ravelry. And then Yarnspirations, I downloaded these ones for free. It's a wee little couch and another wee little couch for cats. I'm going to crochet both patterns, probably using a variety of yarns that I've got laying around. Just yarns that I would never wear. Or personally use within my own home and just gift them to people for their cats. Okay, and here's some of the other projects I have planned. So there's this stripy cardigan. These lace, like, hand gauntlet things. Let's see. Oh, a couple of these pumpkin-shaped trick-or-treat baskets. I'm actually going to make them with longer straps, actually, to make them a crossbody bag. Because my entire friend group, we are all very, very fond of Halloween and spoopy season. So let's be real, we're going to use that as a satchel of some form. Rather than an actual, like, trick-or-treat basket. We're actually going to use it in a practical manner. Candy corn witch hat, which I'm going to just do in one solid color, provided I've got enough of the charcoal left over. If I haven't, then I will likely just do it in brown, because I think a brown witch's hat would do just well. Bat wings. Oh, the bat wings. Bat wings. That's another one I could, I guess, consider for the shawl. Because what if I made the shawl, the cloak, what if I made it batwing shaped? And then had the blood drops dripping off of it. Then that would only require that I use the final part of that pattern using this for the primary part of the pattern, and then the hood pattern for the hood part of the pattern, and then attaching it afterwards, of course. And then on top of the hood, I could always add the witch hat and have it be capable of being pinned in place. Oh yeah, and then there's this is something else I've got planned. This is a lovely little, like, tapestry crochet that is planned. I plan on actually turning that one into, like, some sort of a sweater or maybe a sweater vest. This one is the ribcage sweater vest I was talking about. That would be more for the academic kind of outfits. This one would also be used for academic type of outfits. Oh, the Wednesday collar. That is what I was thinking maybe would be good for up around the collar for the cloak. So it's like, take down the hood and boom, there's that collar. Then it's like, it's got that to cover my neck, but it's like still very elegant. I don't know. I'll think on it. I'll think on it. But yeah, it's just like, I'm like Dr. Frankenstein, you know? I'm just like sitting here like, what monstrous thing can I create by combining all of these different patterns? There we go. Honestly, that skirt thing can wait. Because right now the tabs I've got open are meant to be... Oh. A corset cover. That's another one I'm going to go ahead and close for now because it's like, I'm going to do that one down the line. This is another one for academic purposes. It's grungy academic. Oh, look at the bat mask. Once again, this one and this one are both from Yarn Inspirations. Those ones are available online for free. This is a single granny square vest. Like it's made with one single granny square kind of motif in the center. But I'm gonna do this with like various different kinds of Halloween themed squares. So like skull, ghost, pumpkin, spider in the center of the granny square as the motif. Oh! I can close that tab. Oh, Vampire Ascot. Gotta love that. On. Yes. Okay. That one's just more as an accessory piece I plan on making a wee bit later on. So some of these are just accessory things. Some of these are just kind of more supplemental type of things that I would be adding to the overall wardrobe. Not so much the overall garment, but I'm thinking that the Wednesday collar I'll add to the overall garment. And similarly to the rib cages and those skeleton sleeves, those will be more added to the wardrobe, not to the garment. Just like those sweater vests that I mentioned and the other things that I plan on making into either a sweater or a sweater vest. Some of them might actually end up getting a rendition of each, a sweater and a sweater vest, because I own the pattern now. Look, you gotta love it when the patterns go on sale. They be dead cheap anyway, because like I've got a shit ton of patterns. This ain't even like but a fraction of what I've got. So it's like, ooh. And it's like, these are patterns that I've long since learned. I've been waiting for the past few years for some of these to become available in some manner or other. And I'm realizing, yeah, that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to be making a video about them. And nobody's going to be sharing them with the world or anything like that. And that's perfectly fine. I reckon the people that worked hard on making these patterns deserves the money for them. Although, what I will do, however, is if I do indeed create this new pattern, I will make a YouTube video pertaining to it. and keep track of everything that I've done, because I have combined an ungodly amount of patterns to achieve it. Because, no! That's not what I asked you to do. Bastard. Yeah, because I've got, let's see, let me minimize that. Yeah, because, all right, let me go ahead and, like, make notation of this, because I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to add the Wednesday collar to the collar of the cloak. And I'm going to make the ends of it be batwing shaped, and then add the dripping blood along the edges. And then I'm going to also then for the hood, I'm going to do the skeleton hood that will come over to here, give or take. I'm going to also modify it to give it fangs. Additionally, and then I will make there be blood dripping from that too, from the fangs and from the edges. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out, of course. Okay. So that's the rib cage riot top. We'll go ahead and minimize that one as well. Only because for right now, I don't see us just yet making it. So we'll just close that down, minimize it. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got planned. So it's like mashing a bunch of, I picture it in my head. I've got an idea of the direction I'm going with it. Maybe. Assuming it goes well. Come winter time, when the steam is at full blast, I'm going to be very grateful when the lace blanket is done. And it'll be very helpful in the summertime. It'll be grand. It's always nice to have a variety of blankets when you're me. I like to have a variety of crochet blanket options because each of them provides a different level of warmth, I've noticed. And so, yeah. But, yeah, I just thought I would share with you guys some of my plans regarding all of that. Of course, the modifications to the scythe will be quite a few to accommodate what I'm trying to get it to accommodate. And of course, I'm going to be making it wider than the actual pattern calls for. And of course, giving it a window for the screen button and a small window additionally for the plug to plug into as well. And it won't reach all the way to the top so that the mouthpiece can always poke out. And then the blade will always, yeah, like the little crocheted blade will be made out of the light gray, which is right here. Don't mind my yarn basket. It's just a smaller, more portable version of what I've got in the living room. Let's see. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, some crochet projects that I've got planned at the moment. The scythe will come later. On the bright side, though, my fiance's pen will be easier to crochet a sleeve for. That dork wants a lightsaber. Because of course. How predictable. What a nerd. I promise you, I'm not being mean or picking in any cold-hearted way, because I too am a nerd. I'm just a different category of nerd. I personally think Star Trek is better. I think Star Wars is dead boring. But that's just me. Honestly, I think that they're just... It just depends on who you are. I mean, truthfully, if I was to really pick anything, I'd pick fantasy over all of it. Like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and such. Love that shit. That shit is fucking brilliant. But, but yeah, so that's that. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.